Today is a day for shooting from the hip. Today is a day for shooting from the hip. And what I mean by that is that I'm going to be recording to give you what you call almost 1 year that I've been in Nigeria, and I want to give you what you call a general overseer of the time that I've been here. I've been here now for, by the end of the month, next month, I will be a year in Nigeria. So far, there's something that I've already agreed on, that we can agree on today, is the condemnation of the current administration in Nigeria of the preemptive strike that Israel inflicted on Iran. The administration is saying that it's condemning it. I happen to know that Nigeria was a Muslim state. When I was in Nigeria, when I was a kid, having to be going to Lagos Street, and then our store was close to the Masalasi, the Muslim mosque, and at that time there was nothing to really write home about. Say, oh, you don't like them, they don't like you. We didn't have that kind of stuff going on. But we did had a minor hiatus where when you can see the differences between the two warring tribes. And the differences is what we are now finding out is getting a little bit more crystallized. So I think the administration has taken a stand, and my association with them when I was at the beast, the belly of the beast, has proven to me that they might feel that the Shiite form of fashion is probably what the Muslims in Nigeria are practicing, even though they do go to Saudi Arabia for jihad and all that. So the reason why I'm bringing that up is because of the condemnation, and I'm personally condemning the issue too. Not only that, my condemnation goes beyond that. It goes into the area of how the present administration in the US has made the world more dangerous. The current administration sitting in America has made the war more dangerous because one person was the cause of the trajectory that we are currently in now. The current trajectory we are in started 18 billion light years back when humanity became an embodiment of him and herself. And that embodiment was just really into feed and all that. So there was a warring mentality of the duality of right and left. And that the current administration is capitalizing on that, and this point in time, he is making the war more dangerous because he doesn't know what he's doing, even though a lot of people are trying to see whether they can guide him towards going into allowing him to quickly spend his 4 years and get out of there, because he wanted to spend his 4 years. That's if he refused not to go into another 8 years, because he can do that. All president does that all across the world. But the point I'm making now is that our problem in Nigeria is not internal problem. Our problem was inflicted on us externally, and we went into a denial, what I call the lies that we have come and believe in. The lies that we're believing is that the omnipotent, omnipresence, omniscience is Alpha and Omega. And we refuse to upgrade our omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscience to superimpose their omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscience. So we are now in a denial, and the denial is that we went 6 feet under, and we are not able to get out of there. But yes, we can. See, with that. We go feed one. Those are my tagline. We can do this. We can get out if we put our head together. We may not be able to get out overnight, but we can do this. And the embodiment of that, I am representing that state of mind that this can be done. And it just kind of happened that I may be the only one that may be in that status quo to make this work. And I regret that I'm the only one in that position. And what I mean by that is that we don't have no founding father or founding mother. We didn't have ideology. Our ideology that we enthused or that we brought forward were counteractive. It was what you call, we're being proactive. We're being reactive to the external stimuli of the destructive distillation of coal. We coal turns to be turpentine, and this one, we were destroyed. We were marginalized, ostracized, and dehumanized. And I thought, we're reacting to see, we're going to try to bring it up. A case in point is going to be the Kegites, the Palm Wine Drinkers Club. When I was with them, I knew we were being reactive, in the sense that we're just singing well, champagne, jado, holy water, wale. And we haven't consolidated or the fuel, that's what they call it in Nigeria, the fuel, the petrol, the diesel, the fuel, that's how they call it in America, the fuel. American pronunciation is a little bit different from Nigerian. If you're talking to an African American in the United States and you sell the fuel, unless you say right, it's a fuel, then that's how they write. I like their pronunciation, and I will continue to move between the two worlds because of the fact that I was fortunate about one thing. I want to say this now, and a lot of people are going to, you might want to open your ear very, very wide. The way I want you to open it, that I was very fortunate because when I got into the belly of the beast, which has defined as an America, I did not force myself on the system. I did not start learning the American language by trying to speak like them, act like them, eat like them, smoke like them, I kept my original culture and gradually learned their culture. As I was learning their culture, gradually it cemented into my system. It did not, it wasn't a plaster like you have a wound and you put a band-aid on it. But the wound is still under there. So I didn't have that. So what I did was to put a little bit of Vaseline on top of my wound without putting plaster on it and heal itself. So what I'm saying is that I did not superimpose myself on them. I gradually picked up on what they were doing. On the long run, I got off now and I'm back here. I'm doing the same thing now. When I came into Nigeria, I started using the fundamental of our one thing that we have going for us. We're very respectful. We are the most respectful tribe in the whole world. So I went into Dobale. I went into Dobale where I was. When I figured that out, because I was a little bit what you call orthodoxy different. I was orthodoxly different because my mom made me say, okay, go and represent by pushing into your father that you don't have. Your canopy is gone. And I thought you might have to go in with your friends and then father and then accept them as your father and you will do good. But she didn't tell me because of our what you call individual differences between me and her, and even with me and my elder sister too, who had wanted me to be a little bit more, what I call. They were afraid that I was too nice. Let me just say that they were afraid if I'm nice to other people, the people might take advantage of me, which is not true. My niceness to people is what has brought me right now to where I'm being given a blanket caregiver who is paying for my housing, feeding, transportation, insurance, healthcare. I don't work, so what I'm doing now is that I choose to not to go in the direction that they wanted me to go, which means uncle just come home and relax. We got a mansion for you, we got a car for you. We have a lot of in our family. We have a lot of cars. We are on what to call a successful person in my family is into logistics. She moves. She's into transportation of beverages. She has what they call a lot of drivers, a lot of vehicles. But I don't gravitate towards that end. I could have done that. So the point I'm making is that I am fortunate to have all these things, but I choose to say, okay, let me exploit who I am. And who I am is going to be, I protect the weak, the suffering, the marginalized, the ostracized, the dehumanized. Those are the people that I protect. I protect the environment that is degradation. You see, so I am now in the cups of saying, okay, I'm asking my counterparts here at the belly, here in Nigeria, that yes, we can do this if we put our head together to take us away from 6 feet under that we did find ourselves a million years back. So let's work that out. Let's work it out. Let me plug. I think my it's plugged in. So let's work that out, guys. Let's work it out. I'm asking for help because I know we can do it. Sí se puede. In Spanish, yes we can. Yes, we can do it. We just have to take one step at a time. We don't have a founding father. We don't have a founding mother. Our foundation is that we are pretty much what is the embodiment of me is the embodiment of our foundation. We are full of milk of human kindness, and as such, you can easily be picked on and be you can easily be picked on because you are not out there shooting preemptively like the way Putin did to Ukraine, or the way Hamas did to Israel, or the way Israel did to France, did to Iran. That's what has just come across my desk is that Iran is like more than 15 times the size of Israel. But for one reason or the other, Iran is playing on the intelligence of the beast. They are using the same thing that somebody like you said we had to have a weapon of mass destruction, the one they use in overtaking Saddam Hussein. He's playing on them, making them wants to take a stand. And he couldn't have been able to do this because all along, that's what he has always wanted to do. He wants to be that little prick. In America, they call it a dick. He wants to be a dick. And that dick, D-I-C-K, he wants to be a dick. And he wants to, a prick. Then he wants to propagandally, he wants to use some propaganda to whip up the Americans. He has started with almost 300 airplanes to go and do a lot of bombing, killing of people. As a matter of fact, what really got me is that human beings are becoming very, very indisposable when it comes to the direction in which the people, the Caucasians, have taken humanity towards. People are indisposable, and we are thinking if we get that way, we can become something. We can become like them. That's not going to be possible. We need to be full of milk of human kindness by liking my video, subscribing to my video, sharing my video, using the word of mouth of my video, putting some money on the side, and on the overall, have one thing going for you: your core competence, something that you are known that this is what you are known to be doing. Like I am known to be a technologist, and as such, I'm going to use technology to drive the airspace here, because that is the only thing that we were the one that started it, but we have been thrown on the side now. I'm trying to see whether we can bring it back up. So again, do all that. My book, I said, one is already on Amazon, and one is coming because everything almost kind of crumbled on me about a month ago, because as a perfectionist, I was trying to do everything once. I was hitting all this cylinder. But now everything has turned around, because my book is not going to be one of those books that will be a New York bestseller or Amazon bestseller, but it's something that can make, if we read it, the second book, First one is already out there. It's a drama. It's very small. It's about 99 pages. Then this one is going to be like 170 or 140 pages or so like that. But it's the way I've written it is so that if we as Nigerians go call my phone number 234-7033627981 or go send me an email at Azimi AZIMIKOKO5@gmail.com, or I'm going to be on Snapchat very soon. And I want you guys to know that the Snapchat that I'm going to go on is going to help me to be able to do what you call an augmentation reality, where my book can be scanned and can be read out openly. Let me stop so far, and I want to know that you have my love, my affection, my undivided commitment, my integrity, accountability, everything. And I am not phony. I don't have to do this, and I'm doing it, and I want to make sure that it don't fall apart. Thank you all for viewing this channel today. Thank you all for listening to my blah 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 blah. But today is pretty much a summary of what I have been doing for the past, in a year. In the next month it will be a year, and I want to kind of summarize it by not even having one single topic. I just want to shoot the breeze today. So today's topic is going to be shooting the breeze. Thank you again for your hospitality. Barlows